good, YouTube? It's your boy Dev back again for another review. Guys. Don't get mad at a review. But today we're listening to KOTO the Friend. I know it's KOTA the Friend, but I've been calling him KOTO. I don't know why I've been calling him KOTO. I think it's because of World of Warcraft. I've been playing a little bit too much lately. But KOTO the Friend has an album titled Everything, 12-track project with only really 10 tracks, 2 of the tracks being interludes. Now, I've never listened to KOTA, right? I've never listened to KOTA. This is kind of my first experience to him. I know Shrek Knows Raps always he was preaching about him for the last 3 weeks. So I decided, man, I was going to take a listen to him on stream. I did a live stream listening to him. And I must say, man, I was impressed. Just the overall, aesthetic of his music. I loved his message, what he was speaking on. Primarily just him understanding that, experiencing life before, wanting the money, wanting the fame, wanting all this. And then as you get older, understanding that in reality, none of that really matters. We're all gonna pass away sooner or later. So why not kind of just, make your own success, create your own story in your own way. And I feel like he kind of understands it. He's on the same wavelength I am. I'm not really a flashy guy. I'm not really worried about the jewelry. I'm not really worried about the Jordans and trying to impress other people and whatnot. And that's all because I understand that in reality, we're all the same. We all bleed. You're a man just like me. You're a woman just like them. You bleed. We all bleed the same blood. So I feel like when it comes to, KOTA, he just understands that part of his life. He's basically shifted to the next level. And I think a lot of people actually have to go through that experience to reach that level, because not a lot of people really know that. They think they know, but they don't know. I think we all can speak for our parents who always told us, and then we become the parents, and then the cycle continues on. So I respect KOTA in that regard, his subject matter. Now, there's probably only four tracks that I put on my playlist on this, which was BQE, Long Beach, what was the other track? Volvo and Always. I think Always is the highlight of the album. Everybody could agree that that was probably their favorite track. Kyle. We haven't heard from Kyle since, I think the last time I heard of Kyle, on a mainstream level was probably when he did the thing with Lil Yachty, the Smile track, I think it was. So Kyle, for me at least, disappeared. He's probably been making music on the low, but as not as a fan of him, I really didn't know. But I feel like Kyle and KOTA really shined on this track. They spoke a lot of the real shit that you go through as you grow up as a as you mature in life, and stuff that you learn as an adult. Kyle probably giving one of his best verses that I've heard from him in a while. That was probably the craziest Kyle verse I've heard.
Sincerity from everything I hold dear to me, and that's the shit that puts fear in me. It's like niggas just can't be real with me. Seriously, dude, Kyle, I be eating.
Just because I actually took him kind of serious. I think that's one thing that I actually, when it comes to Kyle, I really don't take him serious. It's just like, he's just such a jokester and he makes such like troll music, at least to me, that I really can't take him serious as an MC. But when he gives us stuff like that, I could definitely appreciate that, man. Joey Badass also making an appearance, showing love to his fellow, New Yorkian, or New Yorkin. That's how you guys say. I got it wrong last time I did the Pop Smoke video. RP Pop Smoke. Can't say pop without the smoke. I think that also having Bass on there was cool. You guys had said there was a highway on there, the 175, I think it was called. Was it the 175 or was it 375? I don't know which one, whether you guys have in New York, where you could kind of see the city and the bridges that connects everything and whatnot. I thought that was pretty cool. Showing you guys, showing us an outlook of his lifestyle, where he's from. All the hoods are the same. We all have the same struggle. Struggle knows no color. I'll tell you guys that as well. I just love the tranquil, peaceful sound. He had a lot of, of that in this project. It sounded like we were kind of in this naturey vibe. Very watery sounds here. Very kind of just, lo-fi vibes. I just think that with KOTA, he just got overlooked because Gunna dropped his project the same day. And not to take anything away from Gunna, because Gunna had a solid project for what it was. I think that for KOTA to also produce this by himself was something amazing as well. You guys said that he produces by himself. 12 tracks, I think it was a perfect number. I just think that, man, no matter what you gotta look at artists like Russ. Russ, while he is very hated on by the masses, he does everything by himself, and all that money equates to him. I think independent is the best way to do it, especially when you solidify your fan base and you build your fan base from the bottom up. Then you can create whatever you want, because you can always stand your ground and your worth. I think that's another thing with KOTA as well, that he had the topic in this album, that he knows his worth. He knows what he's worth. He knows that he's slept on, but he also knows that he's not slept on. He knows he has a humble following, and he understands that when you make music like this, which is very peaceful and tranquil, people are gonna fuck with it. They're gonna fuck with the vision. I also loved how he kind of reminds me of a Mac Miller mixed with a Anderson .Paak. I think that, you know, that's probably a perfect mix for KOTO. He just, I don't know, man. It's just something about him that kind of just makes you feel like you're in this happy space. It feels like, you know, you can't, you know, he's one of those guys that you got to root for when you listening to him. You know, you're just like, yo, I fuck with that. Now, if I have to give some cons about the album, I will say that, you know, while the naturey, you know, watery, you know, tranquil sound is very soothing to, you know, the masses, and we all love some soft tone shit, well, most of us do. I think that kind of hurts you when you kind of just give it to us, you know, track after track after track. And I feel like, you know what I'm saying, for you to be from New York, I feel like, not saying you're supposed to be gritty or whatnot, but kind of just give us a different vibe, give us a little bit of kind of a change up in the album. I think that would have been kind of cool. But again, it was only 12 tracks, so you can't really expect too much of a change up. You know, it's going to be his sound when it's only 12 tracks, 2 of those being interludes. So I think that for KOTO the Friend, man, you definitely did your thing. I think you were the #2 album of the week that month, or maybe you might have hit a #1 album. I don't know. But you remind me of indie rap. You are definitely going in a different direction than your standard rap, and I think I can get down with it. I think a lot of people just don't really like to hear that soft tone shit, but when you come to somebody like me who really loves the soul, really loves the feeling, man, really loves the message, really love what you're about, your persona, your aura, everything, and it's called Everything. You know, it's everything about you just speaks to me on, you know, or speaks to people on a different level, because we can all relate to the struggle that you are going through and that you're speaking about. And that's not even struggle saying going through the struggle in the hood of being broke, more of a internal struggle of just understanding what's your purpose in life and what do you need to do to move on to the next step in your life, and what is really your purpose and what am I doing with this music? Am I trying to be on the top, or am I just trying to be relevant, like, you know, or not even trying to be relevant, or am I just trying to make good music for my fan base, such as a Currency, or I'm trying to think who else kind of does it. Saba's another one that kind of does it. So exactly another artist you remind me of, Saba. This reminds me of Care For Me, the project that released last year. I think that right here, man, this is probably going to be one of the underrated and one of my honorable mentions of the year. So we're going to keep it like that, man. Get in the comments. Woo! I was talking fast, boy. Get in the comments, man. Let me know what you think, man. Don't forget, follow me what you want to hear. Until the next time, it's been your boy Dev. Like always, thank you for subscribing. Thank you for supporting. Let me know what's your favorite track on the album. If I had to say, man, my favorite track was BQE, Long Beach, Volvo, and Always. Those are my 4 tracks that made my playlist, my Spotify playlist, and my Apple Music playlist. If you want to watch the whole video, man, you can go on Patreon, man. It's all there on Patreon. The full video is on Patreon. You can watch it there or on Twitch. I would definitely recommend Patreon, though, man. For the people that don't want to watch it, man, you don't have to watch it. You don't have to watch my full review. You don't have to watch my full reaction. Remember, it is always optional. $1 and a dream to support your boy. That's all I'm saying, man. Till next time, man, it's your boy Dev. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for supporting. And we out. Peace.
Yeah.